I'm live. Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It's a little bit cloudy today. Things are melting. Have no idea what the temperature is. All I know is it's cloudy and I've got a lake in my backyard. So today we're going to make some sweetened condensed milk, iced tea syrup, and I did put a recipe also for self-rising flour. I'm not going to make it. It's very simple. It's like a cup of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and some salt. And, you know, it's easier to do than buying a bag of self-rising flour because oh, thanks, Bonnie. Um, it's cheaper. You don't have to buy a whole bag of flour, and chances are you've got baking powder in the house. So anyway, that's below. Not going to make it. It's there available for you. So I'd like to welcome you guys all here to my crazy cooking corner. So we're going to start by getting the iced tea onto boil because why? It takes longer. Okay, so I'm only making half a recipe. The recipes are in the description box below. Yeah, you know, about that lake in the backyard, we're one house away from the corner. So there's our house and then the next place, and then there's a ditch. And what's happened is the ditch culverts are still frozen. So it's all backing up into my yard. Well, the corner yard's in my yard. We've got a very low yard because before we moved, and it was a new house, they scraped all our topsoil off and they put it in the house that way, like farther from the corner, because there were people living there. And they knew the guy who was stripping the yards and building the houses and stuff, so they stripped the corner lots here and put all the stuff there. All right, so we're going to start with the iced tea mix. I'm halving it, so I need 5 cups of water, and I'm going to put them in this pot right here. We'll tip you down. And so I need 5 cups of water, and we're going to boil that. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a good day. And I don't know, do your measuring cups sometimes pour not the way you want them to and you get a big mess? Both my measuring cups and my coffee pot. My coffee pot has decided it prefers to pour on my counter than into my cup. I don't know if I'm holding it differently or whatever. That was 5 cups of water. We're just going to throw it on the stove over here. Well, not throw it. We'll put it on the stove. We're going to boil that. That's not going to take long to boil. So now we're going to work on the sweetened condensed milk mix. Hey, Barbara. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Jan. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. All right. Yeah, I know. It's annoying sometimes. So we're going to do the sweetened condensed milk. As I say, the original recipe will make a quart. So I'm going to quarter it because I'm pretty sure that's about the same amount that's in a can of condensed milk. I don't have one to measure. I'm going to go for it anyway. So if you look at the label on a can of condensed milk, it's basically milk and sugar. The thing being is it uses whole milk, and I'm pretty sure it's farm fresh milk with all the cream and everything on it, so it has all the fat in it. My recipe calls for powdered milk, powdered skim milk, and you have to add a little bit of butter at the end while you're mixing it. So to start it off, we need, in this here measuring bowl, we need 1 cup of boiling water. So I'm just going to flip the kettle on and get that happening. And so it says put the milk, half the milk into the boiled water. So let's open the bag of powdered milk. This is powdered. I don't know if you guys can get whole powdered milk down in the States. We get powdered skim milk here. So it's got no fats in it. Ooh. You guys get as annoyed with these things as I do? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna, the heck with the closure, I am just gonna put a clippy thing on it. So it calls for 4 cups of milk powder. We're quartering it, so that's 1 cup of milk powder, but only half at a time. So that's half a cup of milk powder goes into the bowl. Have a 1/2 cup measure. Does that make sense to you guys? Am I going too fast? Yeah, I know I pour it all over the counter often. So we have the kettle just boiled, so I'm going to go and get the water from the kettle. I need 1 cup. Stop shaking, stop shaking. You see that? It's a little bit more than 1 cup. Little bit out. Little bit out. I'm going to consider that 1 cup. And so we have to add half a cup of milk powder to this and stir it. It's a 1/2 cup. And we'll stir that. Okay, so I've got the water on the stove is boiling. Can you guys see that? It's boiling already. I'm going to turn that off. That's the nice thing about induction stoves. And the original recipe calls for 25 tea bags. I'm going to use 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm just going to push those down. So that has to sit for 15 minutes. Because you want that to be really nice and tea-ish. Then I just use Tetley. Tetley tea. Can you see that? Hey, Tina, nice to see you. Hi, Hawaii. Okay, so I've got the milk powder in the boiling water. And it's dissolved. So I'm supposed to add sugar. So the original recipe calls for 2 cups of white sugar. So that's only half a cup of sugar that we need. And remember, yes, it's sweetened condensed milk, so it's going to be sweet. It is definitely going to be sweet. Okay. So the sugar's pretty much dissolved. Let's turn it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So we're stirring it. My recipe calls for powdered milk. Eagle brand only has milk and sugar in it, but it's a whole milk. So I'm thinking they get the fresh dairy with the cream on top. We can't get that here in Manitoba anymore. I have dairy farms all around us, and we used to be able to go to the farm and get milk, and we haven't been able to do that since, the early 90s. If they were caught selling milk off the farms, they would lose their milk quota, so they stopped doing that. Well, if you exchange liquid milk for the powdered milk, it would probably work. I've never done it that way. I've used this recipe for years. I haven't made it for years, but this is the recipe that, because we always had powdered milk around, you know? That's what my mom used for baking all the time. She used the powdered milk because it was cheaper than the store-bought. But I don't see why you couldn't. You'd have to try. Okay, so then it says add sugar and stir well until it's dissolved, and then it says gradually add the rest of the milk and butter. So, and then we have to beat it until it's thick. Oh, I didn't set a timer for this. Well, we'll make this stuff up and then we'll see what the tea stuff looks like. So I'm using this old beater thing, Mixmaster, Black & Decker. This was my mom's. My mom passed away in 1995, and I'm still using this. Okay, so because I'm quartering it, I only need a tablespoon of butter. So get my tablespoon measurer and the butter. This is butter. So it doesn't call for a lot of fat, but it does call for fat. I think I might like to try doing it with coconut oil sometime. I mean, it will change the flavor, obviously, but as I say, I am quartering the recipe because I don't need a whole quart of this stuff because I'm not planning on doing any really rich baking. Well, I guess I am because I'm making this. You know how that goes. Come on. Get in. I have it sitting at room temperature, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. All right. I will consider that a tablespoon of butter. It's a little less. I don't need all that fat. That's a lot of sugar in there as it is. And it said to gradually add the rest of the milk, so that's another half cup. So while we are mixing, I will add that in. Hey, Janine. I know they don't make things like they used to. Hi, Sherry. Hi, everybody that I have mixed. Okay, so we've got this happening. I am going to mute this because you don't need to listen to this. Seriously, you don't. Okay, so I'm a mucky mess. It is starting to thicken. It takes long, but it does do its thing. Yeah, mix. And yeah, patience is a big part of it, but it is definitely starting to thicken. And this is sticky as all bejeez, guys. My goodness. Okay, I'm putting this back on mute. Yeah, sticky as all bejeez. But you can see it's not really even running off my hand anymore. Well, okay, that was a really big thick drip. But it's not really running. It is thickening, but it does take a while. Oh, no, I have to mute you guys. My entire counter is full of stick. I'm going to move that. I can wash that down. I can wash that stuff down, but oh, even this thing, like it's really sticky. Muting you guys. Well, I really don't remember it taking this long. Yeah, we're still beating the powdered milk butter. No, we've added the sugar. The sugar was added earlier, but this is all it is, and then you just beat it until it's thick. And it does take a while, obviously, but like I say, this is you know it's getting there. It's not there yet, and obviously it takes a long time. I totally forgot about that part, but that's how you make it. I don't know if you guys want to keep watching me beat this, or if what I would probably do. I mean, I used to do it this way when my kids were little and I needed the condensed milk. Um, I would hand mix like this. Could you imagine our grandmothers using a whisk and doing that? I can't imagine, because this came from, I lived on a farm and the lady was in her 80s. I was in my 20s. She's long gone. And this is her recipe. And she used to do this all the time for baking. But I think that, to be honest with you, I totally forgot that it took this length of time. I feel like I should put it in my big mixer with a whisk and let it go. So I'm going to go, yeah, just beat it till it's thick. Yep. I couldn't imagine using a whisk, but it's like cream now. Like, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's like a cream. So it's getting there. It just takes a while. I wonder if I'd go and put it in my other machine with the whisk attachment. See if we can get it to work while we're still playing here. I have a big kitchen machine. I didn't want to be using all these big toys because not everybody has them. But then again, we're going to put it in this machine. It's over there, and my camera won't twist to see it. And hopefully it won't be too loud. We're going to try it, if that's okay with you guys, because this is crazy. But you can see that it's thickened. Like, it's not just the thin stuff anymore. Like I say, it's like cream now. And yeah, it's probably easier just to buy the stuff. I have no idea what it costs these days. I just like the fact that I can make it and it's cheaper for me. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. This is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle in here because I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got a beautiful drawer for all my baking stuff, but it's not got dividers in it. So I'm just going to use this thing in my KitchenAid. And we're just going to let it go for a while. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? Oh, it happens. But you know what? If you touch this stuff on my counter, it's like glue. It's like glue. Seriously. But it is thickening up. Seriously, it's thickening. See, like you can see it on here. It's almost like an icing. Like that's gotta be scrubbed. So it is working. It just takes long. It's not too long. Okay. Yeah, no, it'll be. He'll be ready in a little bit. You just have to have patience. All right. So I do know it has been 15 minutes. So we've got this, look how dark that is. Crazy dark. Crazy dark. We're going to take the tea bags out. And if I remember correctly, once it starts thickening, that condensed milk stuff, once it starts thickening, it doesn't take that long. Just get these tea bags out. You can use herbal teas, any kind of tea. Um, like I say, it's like a syrup that you use for iced tea. Okay, so we've got this really nice dark tea here. So because I'm only doing half a recipe, I need 2 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. I don't drink sugar in my tea, so I find 2 cups of sugar. There was 12 tea bags in here. So, you know what? As much as I want it to be a syrup, I'm only going to add 1 cup of sugar. It calls for 4 to 7 cups. And I remember doing this when my kids were little and using all 7 cups, and I went, oh, that's it, that. Okay, so it's here. We're going to have to boil it again. Check this stuff over here. I'm going to mute you and put that on high. Lost you guys for a minute there. Sorry. I hit the wrong button because it's me. All right. So this is coming to a boil. Yep. We got that. We got that. We got that. Oh, we're thinking. We're thinking. Oh, for pity's sake. I have to figure out a new thing for doing this. All right. So this counter is really sticky. I've got that stuff all over my fridge now. When I turned it up, it's all over my fridge. Okay, so we put in the tea bag, we put the sugar, lemon juice to taste. I like it with lemon, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in, maybe 3. So we need to bring this to a boil and boil it for 3 minutes. the fruit quite in a boil yet. And it really smells like tea. So let's put in a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. So have, because I don't like sugar in my tea, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just take my water bottle and throw a little tea bag in it and just drink it like that. But this is good, if you want to mix in your fridge so that, when grandkids come over or whatever, instead of using the store-bought stuff, you can just use this. I'm wondering if when I used to make the powdered milk or the condensed milk in the past, okay, we've got to boil. So I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. And it does, it turns into a syrup. And I only use like half a cup over ice and fill the rest up with water because I find it way too sweet. And I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. We don't get it boiled all over the stove. Do you see? Do you see it boiling away there? Uh, trying to tighten up all these things and it doesn't like it. Oh, we got it. Don't breathe. Don't breathe. As I say, I fill up a tall glass with ice. I fill it halfway with the syrup, and then I add water because I don't like the amount of sugar. Just check to see how this is doing. Oh yeah, it's starting to thicken, but it's not there yet. It started. It's getting there. So this is what you don't do, obviously. You practice before you go online. Ah, ah. Yeah. I do have all the recipes in the comment section. Like I said, I'm not doing the self-rise with flour. Like, if you feel my counter, it's just like pebbles, but it's sticky pebbles. Now, as I say, I only used 1 cup of sugar. So it's not going to thicken as much as if I had used 2 cups of sugar, right? Because, it, you know, but it's still going to be fine. All right. So that's our 3 minutes of boil. We're going to turn this off. Turn the stove off so it stops yelling at me. Look at that color. Oh, turn the camera. Look at this color. Do you see the color? I don't know. Oh, look, I'm pouring it all over the counter like everything else today. Whoa. Yeah. Kim's making a big mess. So if you're only using half a glass at a time, this is going to last you a while. You might find that you only want to use a quarter of a cup, a quarter of a glass at a time. So then you just let it cool, you put it in the fridge, and you use it as needed. Hey, Shannon, nice to see you. I'm making a big mess of my kitchen. I now have tea all over the counter, iced tea mix. My mix master is covered in sticky stuff from the sweetened condensed milk. It is not setting up for some reason. And I'm not gonna make the self-rising flour recipe because I don't have use for it. All right. So I'm gonna go over and take a look and see if that's happening. My sweetened condensed milk, I ordered the recipe and it's not setting up. I did use the hand mixer and it's thicker, but it's not set. See, it is much thicker. Let's get a clean spoon and I can show you. See, it is thicker, but it's still not quite set yet. Oh, you can't see. I have to tilt. Hang on. I need a whole new setup here, I think. So it's starting to thicken, but it's still not there. But if you touch the sides, that's hard. It's like hard. I'm wondering see, I got little chunks of butter, and the butter was dissolved before. I don't know. Anyway, if you need liquid condensed milk, this works. I don't know how thick it's supposed to be. I can't remember. Hey, Marty. Well, I don't know, Tina. So this is thin. I can't remember what consistency it's supposed to be. That could be the consistency, like a thick cream. Do you guys know? I don't use it often enough. The recipe that I've always used with the condensed milk calls for adding lemon to it, so it sets up really good because it sours it. It says beat until thick. This is much thicker than it was, but I don't know how thick it's supposed to be. It's usually more like a caramel, like a thick sauce. Okay, so then I don't know, because when I make the full recipe, it thickened up lovely. I remember, but like I say, I haven't made this in forever either. So I'm going to throw it back on the machine, and I'm going to let it go because I already have to clean the fridge and everything that's over here because it's spattered everywhere. Oh yeah. This is almost like glue, guys. I could use it like glue. Very sticky glue. Orange. All right. Well, That's the messy cooking with Kim today. See, look at the poor counter. And I have to scrub it because it's flavor. I wonder if I can show you. No, you can't, it's like concrete stuck to my counter. It's nasty, guys. It's almost like a stipple. It's almost like a stipple. Yeah, I wonder if I put it in the freezer and then try baking it. What's the temperature of? Can I just put it on the deck? Anyway, that's the recipe. Um, I honestly don't know what to tell you because it has worked. And it's an experiment. Maybe I should call this experimenting with Kim. Maybe. And I don't have ice. I never have ice in my house because I don't like cold drinks as a rule unless it's really, really hot out. So I can't even tell you how nice the iced tea is over ice. Poor and pathetic. Poor and pathetic. Yeah, I made an iced tea syrup. So with this, I made half the recipe and only added 1 cup of sugar because I don't like sweet anything. Um, so then you use like half a glass of this, fill the glass with ice tea, fill it halfway with the syrup, and then add water or to taste. I did add lemon juice to that mixture. Um, and I poured it all over the counter because when you pour from a pot, you make a mess. So I do and have it go round and round. The condensed milk isn't setting up, and I don't understand why, because I followed the recipe and I've used it for years, but it's been years since I've made it. Maybe there's a difference in or maybe you have to make the whole recipe. Some recipes you can't split, right? All right, so I'm going to leave that spin, and I will comment below how long it takes to set up. Um, I'm not doing the flour. It's simple enough. 1 cup flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I don't know if any of you use the silk rising flour for anything. I know that you have to buy a big bag and then you've got it. You can always double that recipe, but I just kind of make it as I need it if the recipe calls for it. And I will let you guys know about this sweet condensed milk because, okay, so that's what, 3 cooking streams, 2 massive fails. What can I say? I don't normally use recipes. I probably think this is why. Um, anyway, guys, I'm going to let that go. I don't know how long it's going to take. You guys don't want to be here all day. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. And like I said, I will put in the comments how long that actually took to set up. And I'll let you know also if I do it in the freezer. So thanks everybody for being here. I hope you had as much fun as I did because I always have fun cooking, even if it doesn't work. That will still make a really nice topping over chocolate cake or something. Lots of sugar. So it's more like a glaze, I guess, right now, right? Sugar and milk and semi-thick. And obviously, when it cools down, it's hard to drop. So maybe I just need to throw it in the fridge. I'll throw half in the fridge as it is. I'll do that too. I will experiment it. Perfect. All right, guys. Hugs to you. I will see you Tuesday morning. At least that I know that I don't make too many mistakes. And seriously, I used to cater. This is something's wrong here. Something's definitely wrong, but that's fine. Um, Don't say bye. Thanks everybody in the audience. Thanks everybody in the balcony. Thanks everybody who watches the replay. As I say,
watch for the update on whatever the hell the sweetened condensed milk's gonna do. How's guys? Talk to you soon. Bye.